gentlemen, boys and girls, come one, come all, and listen to a tale. A tale so astonishing as to shake the ground you stand on. A tale to end all tales. A tale of such power and intensity that it can barely be believed. All right, where are you guys?
Are you talking to us?
Yes? Yes, I am.
Why did you say so?
Well, who did you think I was talking to? Myself?
You do that sometimes. I've heard you talk to yourself plenty of times. And you talking to sleep. I heard that too. All I could hear when Hab was snoring. Oh yeah.
I do not snore.
Right.
We are way off the subject. I wanted to tell you a story. An incredible story of courage, perseverance, and friendship. So let's get started. Shush! Just because we're hobgoblins doesn't mean we can be rude.
It doesn't?
No! Now sit quietly. We're gonna have a little hobnob. Listen to the tale I have to tell.
You have to tell and we have to listen.
Enough! It goes something like this. Once upon a parsley.
What?
Oh, that's not right. Once upon a sage.
Excuse me?
Oh, that's not right either. Once upon a rosemary.
This makes no sense.
Oh, I got it. Once upon a time. What's wrong with that?
Parsley sage? Rosemary and thyme?
I was just trying to spice things up a little bit. Moving on, I wanted to tell you the story of the Snow Queen. This queen is icy through and through. She's sometimes seen in a snowstorm surrounded by snow bees. Or if the snow is especially fluffy, she could be seen in a flurry of fluffy snow chickens. Oh, and of course there's her Yeti. You know, abominable snowman.
Roar! Snow chickens?
Yes, snow chickens. I once saw a snow chicken sitting on a fence post. I thought to catch one, so I sneaked up to grab it. When all of a sudden it disappeared in a great puff of snow.
Roar!
I guess you could say it flew the coop. Well, my story may be called the Snow Queen, but she isn't the star of the story. Huh. No, my story begins as many incredible stories do. In the palace of the prince and princess. Oh, we need a palace, guys. A palace fit for a royal court. Come to the ball, come one and all, the tried and true, welcome to you. Come from afar, now here you are, we gather here, give us a cheer, give us a cheer, hurrah! They're holding a gala for the heroine of our story. Gerda is the young girl next to the prince and princess. She's come to the palace looking for her best friend Kay, but, as you will soon see, he is nowhere to be found.
Lords and ladies, friends and honored guests, we are here to help and guide Gerda in her quest to find Kay. If any of you know his whereabouts, please speak. He's about so tall, has hair, and goes by the name of Kay. You thought he might be here. You thought he might already be the prince. Well, I can assure you I am not Kay. The robbers and I can find him. Shh. I mean, Robbie and I can find him. Is he rich? Do you think he's us and we're good at robbing
you can find him.
You can count on us. We do all the time. We tie people up and take them back to their homes.
You do?
Well, don't ask me. I haven't seen them. Bay the Ranger, you there? Have you seen him? Nope. Maybe we could ask the mirror's out reflection. It shows many things that haven't been seen.
Yes, let me show you what I see.
Oh, no, don't do that. The mirror is part of the problem. It only shows lies and distorted pictures.
Gerda, look into the mirror. What do you see?
I see Kay tending his roses. Wait, it's changing. Now what do you see? Dry ground with dead leaves and darkness. Oh, I can't look anymore. It steals my hope.
Don't say anything to help. I don't think we need that kind of help. Well, we'll find another way to help Gerda.
Wait a minute. What am I doing? I don't want to get ahead of myself. This is all very interesting, but it happens much later in the story. Let's start at the very beginning, back before Kay was lost. Shoot! Shoot, 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 shoot! No, our story really begins in a very small town in Finland, in the small front yard of Grandma's house. See here? This is the home of Kay and Gerda back before everything went wrong. Here comes Kay's grandma now. Let's set the scene, guys.
Right, boss.
All right, we need a table here, some flowers over there, and a couple chairs.
What do we do?
Oh, you're the picket fence, of course. You know what? Why don't you go be some flowers instead? If you squint your eyes and look closely, you'll see some important characters to our story. See there? There is Kay and his grandmother. Kay's grandmother would tell Kay and his best friend Gerda scary stories about the Snow Queen and her castle of ice. And Gerda's grandma would always be there with hot cocoa for the story times. Look,
Now, children, you must remember not to challenge the snow queen. Many a youngster gone missing in a storm and never been seen again.
I don't believe in an icy snow queen that peers in our windows and paints on your glass. Why not, Kay? Someone makes those amazing frost crystals to paint the glass.
What kind of treatment is this? I'm a very important Jews. You be careful what you believe, my boy. For the smoking blows to regular folks do not tempt fate.
I'm not. I just don't think it has to do with us.
It has to do with us.
You should listen to your grandma, Kay.
Listen to your grandma, Kay.
Oh, let her come. I'll sit on the stove and watch her melt. I think I've heard enough. Come on, Gerda, let's go play in the garden.
Don't forget your cocoa. Forget your cocoa.
as you can see, Kay didn't believe everything he was hearing. But soon, he would have to believe his own eyes.
What a great day. Couldn't be better. And we have the whole day to share. The roses aren't doing well.
That's because you've taken such great care of them.
I've some more treats for you. What did you bring us this time, Grandma? Turkish delight and apple crisp with a side of ham sandwiches. Thank you. You are so kind. It looks delicious.
Don't forget to water your roses. Forget to water your roses.
Oh, thank you for reminding me.
Here's where the plot thickens. All of a sudden, the air turns cold, and a flurry of snow threatens to freeze the roses in front of their eyes. In a land with colored eyes, see her once but then check twice. Could it be the queen of snow and ice? In the snow, let it snow, let it snow. she pleases and leave you for lost in a land full of freezing cold.
Come on, Kay, where are you going?
In the heart of blizzard storm, way up high the flurries swarm, so you try your best to just stay warm in the snow. Let it snow, let it snow.
I can't let them freeze.
Let it snow, let it snow. At that moment, the Snow Queen broke the mirror of sad reflection and blew fragments of the broken mirror into the air and sent them flying at the family. This is a horrible development. The mirror of sad reflection has many terrible qualities. Let me tell you something about the mirror. It has the power to show anything good or beautiful reflected in it as bad or ugly. The most beautiful landscape would appear as boiled spinach. Kay's grandma was safe, and Gerda and her grandma were safe, but Kay was caught trying to save their precious roses. A shard of that malicious mirror touched Kay's eye, so that he could no longer see the good in the world. Another pierced his heart, so that he became cold and could no longer feel emotions like friendship, only cold and darkness.
Come, Kay, you are my creature now. Say goodbye to all you have known.
As Kay and the Snow Queen left, the sun again warmed the air.
Kay, where are you?
It's the Snow Queen. She must have taken him.
No, he's just lost in the storm. He'll be back soon. I must go find him. He must be scared and frightened.
Beware of the Snow Queen.
There's some hot chocolate beer. Home before dinner.
But little did Gerda's grandmother know that Gerda would miss many dinners in her quest to find Kay. She could not imagine the road that she would take, but bravely strode out in search of her friend.
How will I find Kay? I know. I'll start by questioning all the creatures I meet. There are some ahead. Maybe they have seen him.
The first arrival she met was a snow leopard, not necessarily known for its good intentions.
Excuse me, have you seen a boy about this tall?
I'm sure I have not.
Oh, thank you for help.
I'm not sure I have much, but I can advise you. Give up. Please be honest.
I will not.
She couldn't. Kay was counting on her. She asked more animals if they had seen Kay. She stumbled across a lost reindeer.
I haven't seen anyone like that.
Finally, she asked the silly goose.
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard. Honk, 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 honk.
None of the animals were of any help. Even if they had seen Kay, they wouldn't say.
I must keep trying. Kay would never give up.
And she didn't either. She soon came to a river. Hey guys, a river!
Oh no!
Gerda was afraid her friend might have fallen in the river. So she asked the river,
Have you seen my friend Kay?
and the river responded,
No. Maybe if I go further out in the river in this boat,
a boat!
I will have more luck. River, do you have Kay?
We already told you no.
River, where are you taking me?
Away she was swept by the rushing water until she reached the other bank and jumped out.
I'm so glad you've come.
Do I know you?
No, but I know you.
Gerda had arrived in the garden. The garden! Of a remarkable woman who seemed to know more than she was saying.
I am on a journey to find my friend.
Hey.
Yes, do you know where he is?
No, but I think it's best if you forget about him journey. Stay here in my garden. There are so many different flowers to see and smell here. Try this one. Come to my garden for a while. You'll love my garden for its style. Here we have some daffodils. Smell the rich perfume. Water each one carefully. See them grow and bloom. Come to my garden for a while. You'll love my garden for its style. Here we have forget-me-nots. Smell the rich perfume.
It's a wonderful flower. What kind of flower is it?
You've heard of forget-me-nots, haven't you? Well, this is the opposite. It's called forget-me-for-sure.
Why am I here?
To help me weed my garden.
Oh, okay.
The gardener woman was not her friend. She would do anything to make sure that Gerda forgot all about Kay and stayed in this garden forever. One thing saved her, though. There was one kind of flower that was missing from the garden.
Where are they? I can't find them.
What can't you find?
The flower. The red one. I can almost remember. Roses. There aren't any roses.
The absence of the roses that Kay and Gerda had cared for was enough to bring back all that she had forgotten and put her back on the right path.
You are not my friend. Goodbye.
Again, Gerda set out, determined to find Kay. And where was Kay, you might be asking? It's okay. Ask me. Ask me where Kay is.
Where's Kay?
I'm glad you asked me that. Because at this moment, he was being whisked away to the Snow Queen's castle.
Faster, my abominable brute! We have to reach my castle before the day's out.
I'm going as fast as I can, my queen.
Well, it's not fast enough.
Do you think we could rest for a while?
No, there's a snowstorm coming and I forgot my goggles. Now fly, Yeti, fly.
You do not know that I can't fly, right?
Then mush, Yeti, mush.
Yes, my queen.
And the snowstorm did come. It was a deep winter storm that covered all the land. But why talk about it? Here he comes. Come and play in winter weather to your heart's content. They will help you make an angel 'cause they're heaven sent. We are always floating down or coming from above. We are here to say hello and shower you with love. Come and play in winter weather to your heart's content. They will help you make an angel 'cause they're heaven sent. We are always floating down or coming from above. We are here to say hello and shower you with love. Shower you with, shower you with, shower you with love. Come on, guys. Let's go make some snow chicken snowballs. Wait, where are you going? Oh. Well, luckily there was no snow where Gerda found herself. She toiled on in her search and soon came across a wild crow pecking on a stump.
Peck, ouch, peck, ouch, peck, ouch, peck.
Excuse me, have you a boy about this tall?
Let me think. I seem to remember a boy about this tall.
That could be him. Where'd you see him last?
Well, I was visiting my wife, a very tame girl, and a boy about this tall came to see the princess.
Where is this palace?
Not too far away. I can introduce you to my wife who works for the princess.
Can we go right now?
Of course.
Gerda was hoping that this boy might be Kay, but as it turned out, well, you'll see for yourself.
Here we are. Let me see if my wife is here. See if all's clear.
Okay.
Well, where's the palace, fellows? That's better. Mrs. Crow did work in the palace and knew everyone in the place well, but there was some confusion when she was asked about Kay.
Didn't you say a boy about this tall came to see the princess? Yes. He came to hear the princess and then got married her becoming a prince of the land.
He married the princess?
Yes, he's very nice.
About this tall?
Yeah, that could be him.
Why did he marry the princess? Could you take me to him?
Sure. When it gets dark, we let down. What if I call like a crow? Okay, now open this door.
And so Gerda and the crows sneaked into the palace and surprised the princess, who was sleeping.
Ah! Sorry, your man. You know you shouldn't really be sleeping on your phone. Who is it? Oh, Mrs. Crow. What do you want? I found a girl who's very on the fence. Let her come forth.
Your Majesty.
Send for the prince. I'll find him. So, are you lost?
No, I am looking for my friend. He may be here.
I wonder, does he have long hair and blue skin?
No?
Then it might be him. Let's start this. This girl said she knows you. Do you know her? No, I've never seen her before.
You are not Kay. I must look for him somewhere else.
I'm sorry we couldn't help you. Let's call the kingdom together and ask about your friend.
Come to the ball, come one and all, the tried and true, welcome to you, come from afar, now here you are, we gather here, give us a cheer, hurrah! They're holding a gala for the heroine of our story. Gerda is the young girl next to the prince and princess. She's come to the palace looking for her best friend Kay, but as you will soon see, he's nowhere to be found.
Lords and ladies, friends and honored guests, we are here to help and guide Gerda in her quest to find Kay. If any of you know his whereabouts, please speak.
I'm having the strangest feeling of deja vu. Let's fast forward this part. Ready, guys?
Ready!
They're holding a gala for the heroine of our story. Gerda's the young girl next to the prince and princess. She's come to the palace looking for her best friend Kay, but as you soon see, he's nowhere to be found.
Lords and ladies, friends and honored guests, we are here to help and guide Gerda in her quest to find Kay. If any of you know his whereabouts, please speak. He's so tall, has hair, and glows my name. We saw him, my dear. We found out over the prince. And now I can assure you I'm not. The robbers and I can find him. I mean, Robbie and I can find him. Is he rich? You think he's lost in the woods? We're good at robbing people in the woods. Stevie, help me people in the woods. We really don't know where he might be. I guess he could be rich.
I bet you can find him.
You can count on us. Do a little time. Tie people up and take them back to their homes.
You do?
Well, don't ask me. Been there and there. You get around. Have you seen him? Nope.
Faster!
Let's see.
Lucy.
Distorted pictures.
Cheating. Lucy. Steal home.
There! I think we're back on the new information. Woo!
Well, that was strange. Gerda, rest here for tonight. We may go on tomorrow.
And so Gerda rested in the palace, and in the morning went about preparing to go on into the woods to find Kay. Shoo, 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 shoo. The prince and princess gave Gerda a fond farewell, along with travel tips and a good deal of money for expenses along the way.
Thank you for your hospitality. I will never forget you.
What about us? Don't forget about us, too.
Of course not.
And so Gerda invited her crow friends along, and they said it would be their pleasure. One thing about crows, though, when the going gets rough, they get going.
This is a lovely wood. A lovely wood?
We need a wood here, lads.
Yes. What a lovely wood.
Lovelier.
Stop right there, little Missy.
Who says? Show yourself.
It is I, the old robber.
And the little robber girl.
Don't leave me here. Come back.
See, what I tell you about crows?
Don't hurt me, old rubber woman and little rubber girl. Robber woman. Not rubber?
Robber! We steal from the rich and keep like the famous band. Robin Hood.
Yeah, Robin Hood. And his merry band.
Rubber band?
Quit with the rubber band thing. Now get this straight. I'm only going to say this once. We're robbers!
Okay, I think I got it.
I did own a rubber chicken once. But as you can see, these thieves were a burly bunch of characters. Starting with their leader, the old robber woman, all the way down to the little robber girl.
We can help you. We can lighten your load by relieving you of your money. Come on, let's go count out our shares at the robber's cave.
Let's bring her along for good luck.
To the cave! The cave!
The cave, you guys! We've got to pay more attention. Deep within our hidden cave lies our robber's roost. No one tells us to behave in our robber's roost. So you beware, robbers on the loose. Stop and stare, give me all your loot. So you beware, robbers on the loose. Stop and stare, give me all your loot. Deep within our hidden cave lies our robber's roost. No one tells us to behave in our robber's roost. In our robber's roost. In our robber's roost.
Let's divvy this up here. All is fair is all as long as I say it's fair. Is that fair?
Yeah.
One for you and four for me.
Wait. Why do you get four and I only get one?
Because if I give one to the other robber, then I only have three. That means I need one back to get back to my original four. And since I gave you one, you should give me one back. Thank you. Is that fair? And when I give the other robber one, I'm now back to 3 again. So I needed somebody to give me one back to get me back to my original 4 again. So did I give you one? Thank you. One for you and one for me. One for you and one for me. One for you and one for me.
What came from you goes back to you.
One for you and one for me. One for you and one for me. One for you and one for me. One for you and one for me.
What came for you goes back to you.
While you all got your share and also paid me back your debt, I didn't, all except for one. Did I give you one?
I guess this must be yours then.
Thank you. What should we do with this money? Go and eat?
We can't! We're broke!
Well, you really should spend your money more wisely.
Didn't you forget something?
No, I don't think so.
Where's my share?
One for you.
No, as your lieutenant, I get half.
Half of what?
Half of what you get.
And what did I get?
I just saw at least 10 robbers give you 1 coin apiece. That means you were given 10, and half of 10 is 5. You will be 5.
Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you.
Sounds like someone just outfoxed the fox. I feel sorry for Gerda, though. She just got robbed.
I don't care about the money. I just care about finding my friend. You and your whole gang can't stop me from finding him. Now that the crows are gone, I have no one to show me the way.
I know the way, but I won't show you.
Why won't you show me?
Because I want you to stay here and be my friend.
I can't. I have to go on. You can't stop me from finding him. I will find a way.
You shall see.
And so Gerda watched and prepared to make her escape from the robber's roost. She waited until one night she tiptoed out of the cave and into the woods. And who should she meet along the trail? That's right, it was none other than the little robber girl, and she was standing directly in her path.
You can't stop me.
I'm not going to try.
Why not?
Because I admire your spunk. I have a question for you, though.
What's your question?
Is this cave fellow really worth it?
What do you mean?
Is Kay worth all the trouble you're going through to find him?
Yes, he is my best friend, and he would do the same for me.
In that case, I will help you. What do you need?
I don't know where to look.
I don't know the way either, but there is someone I know who can help. There is a Finnish woman that knows many things. If you find her, she can help you find Kay. But you will need a guide. Yoo-hoo! I will send Bay with you. Bay knows the way, and it isn't bad company for reindeer.
Thank you.
And so Gerda got help in the strangest of ways to continue her quest. As they left the woods, the little robber girl gave Gerda not only directions and a guide to help find the Finnish woman, she also gave her something even more valuable: hope. Hope that she would one day see Kay again.
Pleased to meet you. I am Bay. Bay the reindeer.
Hurry, babe. I'm worried about Kay.
Away we go.
That's a circle! You won't get anywhere like that.
You're right. This way.
Whoa!
Gerda and Bay continued their quest. It was about to get a lot harder, though. You know who was in the way.
Hush, you lazy Yeti.
If you want to go faster, maybe you should think about getting on the sleigh and pushing.
Do not talk back to me. I am the great Snow Queen, and you are just some lowly, abominable snowman.
Abominable. Sorry, my queen.
Now, are we there yet?
That was awful.
What?
I mean, awfully clever, my queen.
What do you think, Kay? Is it a good day for a blizzard?
We can never have too much snow, my queen.
Then bring on the snow chickens. I'll stir up a storm that nobody can get through. Not even a reindeer.
Don't you think you've pestered that little girl enough?
What little girl? Oh, nobody. I'm pestering a reindeer.
Why do I keep wondering about a lost friend? It must be the cold, freezing night thing.
Yes, that's it. Isn't that right, Yeti?
Whatever you say, my queen.
Here they come. Time for a blizzard.
Look, do you see her? She's riding in her sleigh. Who's that with her?
Hey, Eddie!
No, the other one.
Hey, young boy, could that be your friend?
Yes, I think it is.
And that was how Gerda found out that Kay was alive. She now knew she had to find the Snow Queen's castle to find Kay.
How much further is it? So far here. Not if I can get it. Come, dear. See, I have some nice warm tea for you. What about me? I have some nice warm gas for you to chew at my house.
That was how Gerda and Bay got out of a tight spot. The nice Lappish woman invited them into her house to get out of the cold. We need a house here, guys! They soon found themselves warming up beside the fire. The fire! A bigger fire? That's better.
Just warm up and tell me your story. Are you and your reindeer just passing through? I was going to take you to the Snow Queen's castle. You don't know where her castle is, don't you? No, I have no idea where to find it. The Snow Queen has her friends.
And I won't give up. Even if I have to travel to the end of the earth, I will find him.
You should certainly send it to me, dearie. But I'm afraid I don't know where to find it. We were going to ask the Finnish woman where the castle is. But, oh, I know where to find it. Put your nose straight north and walk to the side steps.
Thank you. We better get going, babe.
Alrighty, I'll just want to feed my hopes again.
Right now, I'm worried about. I'm afraid we might be too late. Let's go.
Into the cold they strode. one foot in front of the other, until the sun began to set.
I was bringing location of our houses. At the next stoplight, take a right, then to the left, then to the right. Stoplight!
Could you please show us the way?
I was only kidding. You're standing in front of our house right now.
There, standing in front of them, was a different house. A different house! With a different floor plan. That's better. Out from the door strode the powerful Finnish woman.
I'm afraid not. I am not going out there.
Oh, why not?
Because it's awful out there.
They came a long way to see you.
So?
You mean to send them away?
That's not fair.
Please help us.
You would think that if someone wanted my help, they might at least knock on my door.
Knock. 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 Knock.
Who's there? Bay the reindeer. Go to the girl. Sorry, don't know any reindeer.
What?
Only kidding. Come in.
The two opened the screechy door. Extremely screechy door. And sat down next to the Finnish woman, hoping to learn the whereabouts of Kay. As it turned out, the Finnish woman knew all about Kay, Gerda, the mirror, the Snow Queen, and their quest so far.
I know.
And I meant?
Of course. They came to ask for my help. And I would be happy to advise you, but I must ask why. Why are you on this journey? You have no assurance that you will be successful. Where does your courage come from? What keeps you striding towards your goal? Do you know?
It is because I must. Every obstacle to this point has been overcome, and I think I can overcome the next and the next, as long as I have strength.
I could give you the strength of 10 yetis. That will not ease the task or path you have set yourself upon. But you have all the strength and determination you need to figure.
Oh, you?
You must believe in yourself. If you do, nothing is impossible.
Thank you.
You should rest now. Tomorrow you will find a snow queen and play.
And so Gerda rested, but she was so excited she could barely contain it. Meanwhile, at the Snow Queen's castle. Her frostiness was practicing a new freezing touch. It was not a good day to be in the Snow Queen's court.
Zap!
Wait for me, honka, 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 honka.
Zap!
One more down.
I'm too fast for you. You will never catch me. See, I can pounce and bounce out of your dress and... Oh, hello, Yeti. I forgot to ask you, didn't I?
I guess you could say that. What should I do with this one?
Bring the snow leopard to me, my servant. Now beg.
Please don't freeze me, Your Majesty. I will...
Not good enough. Zap! You really should work on your begging technique.
What are you doing? Stop this at once.
Or what? You have no power to stop me.
That's where the Snow Queen was wrong. Gerda had such steadfast determination that I doubt anything could stop her. The Yeti tried to distract Gerda so that the Snow Queen could freeze her.
Oh, you're too small to stop a Yeti.
And indeed, that might be true if they were going to arm wrestle. Gerda proved too fast for the snowman.
Ah! Soon you'll be an icicle just like many others in this courtyard. Zap!
My queen!
The Snow Queen was too slow to freeze Gerda, but she did a great number on the Yeti. It was at that point that the Snow Queen called upon her secret weapon, the terrible snow chickens.
Don't give me yours, I use my horns.
But they, the reindeer, distracted the fluffy invaders until they lost their wind and settled in a harmless blanket of fluffy snowflakes. But Kay was still being caught in the trance of the mirror and did not even recognize Gerda.
Hey, it's me, Gerda. I'm so glad I found you at last.
I don't know you. Go away and leave me alone.
And with that, Gerda's heart began to break. It was breaking, but it was also strong. She committed herself to finding Kay, but now that she had, he didn't even recognize her. This was the moment she must overcome. But how? Every part of her wanted to wrestle Kay from the mirror's grasp. But it was her eyes that welled up with the powerful memory of true friendship, and she began to cry. She walked up to Kay, and with a full heart, took his hand.
You have to remember, try.
As Gerda's tears fell, the icy castle started to melt. First, the animals that the Snow Queen had frozen started melting, and then the castle itself. People came to see and wonder who or what could have caused the stronghold of the Snow Queen to crumble.
What magic is this? It must be great power indeed. It is the power of the human heart that melts the golden shadows.
Finally, as all stood in awe, the shards of that malicious mirror that had so twisted Kay's mind were washed away by Gerda's tears. The mirror lost its hold on Kay, and he awoke as if from a dream.
Gerda, why so sad, my friend? These are tears of joy. I'm so glad I found you.
I'm afraid you missed out on quite a bit, Kay.
Don't worry, we can catch up.
And there you have it. Gerda accomplished her quest, Kay remembered who he was, and the whole land was free from ice and snow, at least for a little while. And so, my hobgoblin friends, you have helped me tell my story, and I was just wondering what you may have learned from it.
Never give up, never surrender.
To have true friends must be a true friend. Each of us are stronger than we think.
Do you have something to say about confidence?
Have confidence that if you try, you can.
Yeah.
Help may come when we least expect it.
Just because the road is blocked doesn't mean the road is blocked. You know what I mean.
Oh, stop. That is just the kind of positive attitude that I can't stand.
Believe in yourself.
No. Ugh.
Stay the course.
Ugh.
Follow your halt. Don't be afraid to try.
Stop it. Stop.
Difficulties make us stronger.
Perseverance is underrated.
I give up. I give up.
My dear Snow Queen, haven't you learned anything from our story? You can't give up. You must keep trying.
I see your point, but what about my poor castle? It's melted. I think I might have a solution, though. I think it's time for another winter storm.
Yes, maybe you're right. For that is what the Snow Queen does. She's neither good nor bad, but simply a force of nature. And so I say, let it snow. In a land with colored eyes, see her once but then check twice. Could it be the Queen of Snow and Ice in the snow? Let it snow. Let it snow. Watch her glide through the country on runners of frost, but beware to approach her, there's always a cost. She will take what she pleases and leave you for lost in a land full of freezing cold.
Zap!
Oh, back to her old tricks, I guess. At least she didn't give up. But this is no way to end our story. Well, I don't know about you, but I've had a ball, and I think it's time we celebrate it. Come to the ball, come one and all, the tried and true, welcome to you. Come so much. My name is Casey Pappas. I'm one of the 2 tour actor directors with you this week. I would like to call to the stage the director for this week and my partner in crime, Shayla Rogers.
Thank you so much again for coming to see the Snow Queen. Let's give another round of applause to this cast right here. There's one more cast member that you did not see on stage tonight, but she was super important in making this week possible. That is our assistant director, Maddie. So Maddie, come on up. So real quick, there are a couple of people that we would like to thank. First and foremost, a big thank you to our wonderful pianist, Linda Reinhardt. Thank you very much. Also, a big thank you to the Community Center for letting us use this space this week. It was a great space to have. A really big thank you to Karen Karen Nosted for being a wonderful contact this week. Also, a big personal thank you from Casey and myself to Donnelly and Fred Strand for taking us into your home this week and being wonderful host families. We really enjoyed getting to know you and your family this week. So thank you very much. And last but certainly not least, we would like to thank all of you guys, all of the adults, all of the parents, guardians, grandmas and grandpas who drove your kids to rehearsal every day or made sure they were here, who worked on them with their lines, listened to the songs over and over and over again like I'm sure you guys did. Thank you all so much for letting us get to hang out with these wacky kids for this week. So guys, let's give them a big round of applause. Casey and I are with the Missoula Children's Theater. We've been around for about 45 years now. And this year alone, we will reach up to 65,000 cast members, just like these kids on stage, and we will reach up to 750,000 audience members like yourself. We do go to all 50 states as well as 17 countries as well. So no matter where you are in the country, you can probably find another Missoula Children's show happening nearby. These kids on stage, they auditioned for the show on Monday of this week. And in just those 5 days, they learned all their lines, their blockings, their songs, their dances, and we think that's pretty incredible. So if they could do this in 1 week, think of what they could do with the rest of their lives. Give them another big round. What's going to happen in just a moment, we are going to have a photo call, because I'm sure you would all love to get pictures of these kiddos in their costumes on stage.